Okay, so we're back. Glad to see you guys. Before we get too much further, just thanks for all the support of the Liberty game. We didn't perform as we would have wanted to at the Liberty game, but we ended up coming away with the loss, and our record stood at 8-5, and then we opened up with the Oak Park tournament this last week and had a pretty easy first round in Winnetonka where we were able to set some records and get some confidence back. And then last night we played number 2 ranked in the state, Class 4A, Lincoln Prep. And I feel like we had a pretty decent game against them. They have 3 Division I athletes. UCLA was there watching one who'd been offered by Houston and TCU already. So we guarded her as best we could. She only scored 6 points. And the kid going to Central Arkansas is just a good kid, and she plays really well, and she looked great. And the Baylor kid hurt us too. So we'll take that loss and hope that we can get a little bit better each day.
So the women's basketball program has been having success on all levels, especially C-Team Gold and JV. And does that give you confidence in the ability your team will have next year?
Absolutely. We are a whole program-based philosophy, and so we are constantly looking for improvement on all levels. And I think that's what's been our Achilles heel for a long time with our girls program, is that we've had all of our best players at varsity, and then we struggle. And so we're super proud of our C teams, gold and silver, and we're real proud of our JV and how they're playing right now, and looking to see if anybody's ready to contribute yet this year, and then we know for sure that we have a bright future ahead of us. So.
Talia Emerson has been dominating on the court. What happens behind the scenes at practice that trains that leadership she possesses?
Yeah, Talia's actually been practicing really well. You practice well, you play well, and we've been having really competitive practices. We're starting spots are up for grabs, and Talia's responded really well to that, and it's shown in games as well. I think she's really tough to guard in the city. I think a lot of people would have a hard time guarding the way that she can jump, and it showed against Liberty, and then it showed against Winnetonka. She got in foul trouble last night and had to come out with 2 minutes into the game. That hurt us big time, but we're really proud of how she's playing.
Against Lincoln Prep, you guys were able to keep the game very tight. What happened in the second half that allowed them to pull away?
Well, it was a 4-point game at halftime. We came out and we gave up a 3-pointer, 2, and a 3-point play all in the first minute. And so that was probably the nail in the coffin for us. And we really tried to come out with a lot of energy in the third quarter, and it just didn't get done last night. I'm not sure why that happened, but we had a tough time battling back from those quick 8 points that happened to us right away. So.
Elaborate a little bit on the 68-20 win over Winnetonka in the first round of Oak Park tournament.
Yeah, I'll do the best I can. I coach JV, and I was at the JV game, but I know that Winnetonka played a zone that we were able to dice up. I know that every girl got in the game. We had 16 minutes about from everybody. Everybody scored. It was our second highest points total ever, and our second highest margin of victory. Ideally, what we wanted to happen was that we wanted to come in and do some things we've been practicing, and the girls did a really good job of dicing up their zone and making shots.
Final question. How does playing in a tournament affect your playing style, and what changes do you make throughout the week to prepare for tournaments rather than weeks when you play 1 to 2 games throughout the season?
Well, tournament weeks are tough. Those 3-game weeks are killer. This week was hard because we knew that Winnetonka would be the type of game it was, and we knew that we'd probably face Lincoln Prep because we thought we'd probably get by Winnetonka, and we didn't get a day to practice, and that kind of stunk that we didn't get a day to prepare for Lincoln Prep. So we came in and did the best we could last night at 8 o'clock, which is a late time to play too, and so we get to practice today, and we'll go on Thursday, but it just affects everything when you play 3 games. You got to adjust your practices. You got to make sure you're in here on Sundays getting stuff done. You got to make sure that your practices are super productive. So we're looking forward to this is our last tournament, hitting the ground running with the rest of our conference schedule, and hopefully get a few more wins in conference. And all that matters is that we peak at districts, and that's what we're telling the girls. We're about 85% there. We're jump stopping, and we're ripping through, and we're trying to get those pivots right so that once districts come around, we can make some noise there. So thank you guys so much for everything.